Hello everybody, Brent here, and we are playing The Forest of Doom. A, basically from the game book. Yeah, the same name. A fighting fantasy. Made by the same guys who did the Appointment with Fear, both the game book and game. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Okay, it's an interactive fighting game, blah blah blah. Alright. Okay. Really? Well, we're gonna play an adventure mode. Let's roll our stamina. 19. Now our skill. Ooh. 8. That's not as good. Come on, luck. Oh! A luck of 12. That is really good. I'm thinking let's boost our stamina. Let's keep a stamina. Alright. You are an adventurer, a sword for hire, and have been roaming the northern borderland of your kingdom. Having always spurned the dullness of village life, you wander in search of wealth and despair. Despite the long walk and rough outdoor life, you are content with your unknown destiny. The world holds no fear for you are a skillful warrior, well practiced in the art of slaying evil men and beasts with your trusty sword. Not once during the last 10 days since entered the northern border have you set eyes on another person. This does not worry at all, since you are happy with your own company and enjoy the slow, sunny days hunting, eating, and sleeping. It is evening, and having feasted on a dinner of rabbit spit roasted on an open fire, yum, you settle down to sleep beneath your sheepskin blanket. There is a full moon and a light sparkle on the blade of your broadsword skewered in the ground at your side. You gaze at it, wondering when you'll have to wipe the blood off some vile creature from its sharp edge. These are strange lands, inhabited by weird and loathsome beasts, goblins, trolls, and even dragons. Prismatic dragons, of course. Metallic dragons, they can be reasoned with. As the flame of your campfire gently dies, you begin to drift to sleep, and images of screaming green-faced trolls flicker through your mind. Suddenly, bushes to your left, you hear the loud crack of a twig breaking under a clumsy foot. You leap up and grab your sword from the ground. You stand motionless but alert, ready to pounce on your unseen adversary. Then you hear a groan, followed by a dull thud of a body falling to the ground. Is it a trap? Slowly you walk over to the bush where the noise is coming from, and carefully pull away the branches. You look down to see a little old man of a gray bushy beard, his face contorted with pain. You crouch down to remove the iron helmet covering his balding head, and notice 2 crossbow bolts protruding from his stomach of his plump, chainmail-clad torso. Picking up, you carry him over to the fire and stir the dying embers to life. After covering him with the sheepskin blanket, you manage to get the old man to drink a little water. He coughs and moans. He stands up rigid, eyes staring fixingly ahead, and you start to shout, "I'll get them! I'll get them! Don't you fear, Gillibrand! Big Leg is coming to bring you the hammer! Oh yes, indeed I am, oh yes." The dwarf, whose name you presume to be Big Leg, is obviously delirious Then the poison-tipped bolts lodge in his stomach. You watch as he slumps down again to the ground, and then whispers name in his ear. Then whispers name into his ear. His eyes stare unblinking at you, and he again starts to shout, "Ambush! Look out! Ambush! I'll get the hammer! Take the hammer to Gillibrand! Save the dwarves!" His eyes half closed, and the pain seems to ease a little as the delirium subsides. He speaks to you again in a low whisper. "Help us, friend! Take the hammer to Gillibrand! Only the hammer will unite our people against the trolls. We are on our way to Darkwood in search of the hammer. Ambushed by the little people. Others killed. The map in my pouch will take you to the home of Stromo, the master mage of these parts. He has great magics for sale to protect you against the creatures of Darkwood. Take my gold. I beg you, find my hammer. Take it to Gillibrand, my lord of Stonebridge. You will be well rewarded." Bigleg opens his mouth to start another sentence. Nothing comes out except his dying breath. You sit down and wonder Bigleg's words. Who is Gillibrand? Who is Stromo? What is all this fuss about a dwarvish hammer? You reach over to the still body of Bigleg and remove the pouch from his leather belt around his waist. Inside you find 30 gold pieces and a map. Okay. So this is the map. Not bad. So, let's see. We have Alright, so it's possible to go around the forest. That's good to know. Jingling the coins in hand, you think of the possible rewards which may await you just for returning the hammer to the village of dwarves. You decide to try and find the hammer in Darkwood Forest. It's been a good week since your last good battle, and what is more, you are more likely to be well paid for this one. With your mind made up, you settle down to sleep, having taken back the sheepskin blanket from poor Bigleg. In the morning, you bury the old dwarf and gather up your possessions. You examine the map, look up to the sun, and find your bearings. Whistling merry, you head off south at a good pace, eager to meet this maniac Stromo and see what he has to offer. Whew! Oh man! You know, you'd be surprised how hard it is to do a Scottish accent, and actually make it sound good. I know I probably butchered it a bit, but when I kind of think of dwarves, I kind of think of like almost Scottish. Just works. Your walk to Stromo's takes a little over half a day, and you arrive at a stone tower, dirty and hungry. As the tower is set on the edge of the is set back on the edges of the dark wood, some 50 meters from the path you've been following, it is difficult to find. Finally, you walk up to the huge oak door, somewhat relieved to find it does exist, and Bigleg has not been speaking wildly in his delirium. A large brass bell and gong hang from the stone archway. As you ring the bell, a shiver runs down your spine, and you realize that the loud bong invaded a deep silence which you have not noticed before. There are no sounds of birds or animals to be heard. You wait anxiously at the door and hear slow footsteps descending the stairs from the tower above. A small wooden slot in the door slides open and two eyes appear and examines you. Sorry. "Well, who are you?" demands a grumpy voice through the hole. You answer you are an adventurer in search of the master mage Stromo and intend to purchase magical items to combat creatures from Darkwood Forest. "Oh! Well, in that case, if you're interested in buying some of my merchandise, you better come up. I am Stromo." He then turns and slowly climbs the stone stairs. Will you follow him up the stairs, or draw your sword and attack him? Yeah, I'm going to attack the mage. No. I'm following him. You follow huffing and puffing. You follow the huffing and puffing old man in his tattered robes up the spiral staircase to a large room at the top of the tower. Shelves, cupboards, and cabinets line the wall, all filled with bottles, jars, weapons, armors, and all manners of strange artifacts. I noticed that they spell. Is that how you spell artifacts? A-R-T-E? I thought it was R-A-R-T-I-F. Nostromo shuffles past the general clutter and reaches down to an old oak chair. He reaches into the top of his pocket and pulls out a fragile pair of gold-rimmed spectacles. Placing these on his nose, he picks up a piece of slate and chalk from a table next to his chair, and he begins to write down frantically. He hands you the slate. Okay, here's some items we can buy. Potions of healing, potion of plant control, potion of stillness, insect control, anti-poison, holy water, a ring of light, boots of leaping, rope of climbing. But what else would you use it for? Net of entanglement. Well, what else would you use a net for? Armband of strength, glove of missile dexterity, rod of water finding, garlic buds, and a headband of concentration. Oh, and fire capsules. Okay, alright, yeah, I'm gonna buy some of those. I'll buy those. I definitely want some potions. Oh, okay, so, alright, here's the adventure sheet. So, how much gold do we have? We have 21 gold. What else do we want? How about a ring of light? Holy water, we always need that. Boots of leaping, armband of strength. Garlic buds, that could be useful. And I guess I'll leave 2 gold pieces in me, just in case. Alright, so we got... Okay, backpack, lantern, leather armor, darkwood forest map, fire capsules, nose filters, a ring of light, holy water, boots of leaping, rope of climbing, armband of strength, garlic buds, and a headband of concentration. Hey, can we buy provisions? I thought we could buy some provisions. He tells you that all the instructions for use are written clearly on the label attached to the items, together with their suggested use. He sighs and tells you that unfortunately the magic in the items only work once, but they are the best you can buy for the money. Nostromo then asks you the reason for the purchase of the items, and you tell him his story. You tell him your story, and your decision to continue the quest of the luckless Big Leg. Ah, yes, Nostromo says slowly, rubbing his chin. I heard that the good dwarves of Stonebridge had lost their fabled warhammer. Without it, the king is unable to arouse the people, despite the fact that hill trolls threatened his village. Rumor has it that an envious king of another village of dwarves sent an eagle to Stonebridge to steal the hammer, which it managed to do. But as it flew over Darkwood, it was attacked by Deathhawks. Deathhawks. I love that. And the hammer dropped into the forest and was lost. Apparently 2 forest goblins found the hammer, but could not decide who was to keep it. They wrestled for hours, but gave up. Then they discovered that the handle unscrewed from the head, and the argument was settled. One kept the head and the other kept the hammer. And then they parted, each happy with their new treasures. Who knows if they still have them? I'm afraid your problems are doubled. Can't tell you what the head is made of. I can tell you that the head is made of bronze and the handle is made of polished ebony. Both the head and the handle have the letter G inscribed on them. Your task is not easy. Good luck. You think, Nostromo, and leave the room by the spiral staircase. Okay. And you know what? Okay. Outside the bright light, you notice the dead quietness ahead. A narrow path leads northward from the tall grass surrounding Yaxstromo's tower into the dense undergrowth of Darkwood Forest. In a few strides, you're surrounded by dark and tangled forest. Stones and knotted roots seem to hide in the shadows. You can almost believe that they are trying to trip you up. The light fades quickly and the air becomes moist and unpleasant. Deeper and deeper you go into the gloom. Eventually the path forks on either side of a huge oak tree. And with that, I think we will call it good. Alright, let's see. Alright. Okay, so this is, I guess we saved our bookmark. And we're gonna call it quits on this. I think we did, you know what, we're gonna call it quits. I'm gonna make this entire series, because since I'm gonna be reading out everything, it's gonna take a lot longer. I mean, there wasn't as much to read with the appointment from Fear. Hope you enjoyed this new series. I think I will. Bye!